One more. Shout out to Patreon, man. We appreciate y'all. We gonna get to we gonna get to it. We said we're gonna talk about Kevin Samuels. We're gonna do it twice. We're gonna talk gritty with y'all and sedity with them. Cause we gotta be the real ones over here on the Patreon, man. Y'all deserve it. And I'm talking about, if you're a motherfucking Patreon right now, salute yourself. If you're not, shoot yourself. Hey, go. If you ain't on the Patreon and gone, we not got no time, so go long. Go on. Sit down on the chillin' with hyper bun con. What you want? $100? No, 100 grand. If you not got it, run where what? We not like you, we only like your bitch. And we don't like her face, we mostly like her tits. Ass how they rub together, jingle like some jelly gum. We don't give two fuck about her belly, we ain't gon' be here long. Just gon' bust it on her face, then we out the place. Trying to win this rat race. Hey, trying to get money and money a lot. Trying to get dollars and dollars a lot. If you not got no money, no dollars, no bitches or nothing, you probably get shot. But gunshot a figure, bust a play me sound effect. If a boy think he ready, you see nothing yet. Raw hyping, hoes steady piping. Oh, I don't care if your bros don't like him. I don't like him either. Nigga go holla at Nas X. I don't know what you want, yes. Oh, your bitch, she want raw sex. Who she want it from? Raw's next. Yeah, nigga.
Hey, that was good, man.
Take off your clothes or if you all dress. I don't care who you all is. Real niggas upset. No, they're not. They actually like us. Yo! Beer for your boss in Panalan. Big up Patreon. Every single one. If them
that was hard. This was not playing. It's not a damn game.
Hey, listen. Let me hear your best reggae verse.
Oh, come on.
Who goes? Well, let me not say.
I ain't finna F-fit people. That's like when you did that Mexican verse.
Pull up, motherfucker.
You say digger cause you're down. I say digger cause I brown. I was like, I'm not touching that.
Nigga said, oh, that's my cue to not rap.
Nigga rap like in a Mexican
Let's put this over by you.
That nigga said, you say nigga.
Don't let it jingle out.
What's good, man?
It's all gravy, man. What's good with you, man? It's always a pleasure when I see my neighbor, man.
Hey, man, you know I don't be here long, but I damn sure be here strong.
Put the beat back up.
Oh,
no, senor. Don't fucking tease me with a good time.
I ain't playing. That know it ain't the game, homie. That's your bitch. We went and ran a train on her. Yeah, she down for it. Oh, yeah, she around for it. She on all fours, being all kind of whore. And then she came back to your home. And you two still get along. And I'm like, boom, boom. No, I am not crazy. No, I am not lazy. If I fuck her, she gon' pay me. She gon' go and give me bread in my pocket while I'm shooting like a rocket. If I see it, I'm gon' cop it. Got them options and you know it. See my wrist instead of snowing. Everywhere I go, I'm glowing. These fuck niggas not knowing. I be showing up, pulling up. Me, I really don't give a fuck. I'm the type to buy a car and 2 weeks later I buy a truck. And I ain't lying, nigga. Yeah, I really did that. And I don't really give a fuck. I push your lid back. Oh yeah, that kid strapping. Yeah, he ain't playing around. These hoes be staying down. And me, I'm just be laying around. See, I ain't working, nigga. Nah, I don't never do that. No. And if you see me out in public, yeah, I got them racks. Or what they call them, stacks. Shit, I don't know the lingo. But I be hitting my ex with O's like it's bingo. Man, stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. Let me get a water, man. Let me get a water, man.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, was the Raw Hype Patreon.
I be hitting my ex with O's. Come on, bro.
Stop playing with that, man. That was an amazing freestyle round, sir.
Man. I be hitting my ex with O's.
But again, for the ball to be so hard coming off of you were already killing that rhyming pattern.
Man, stop playing, bro.
Man,
I ain't even
shout out
playing
that boy, man.
I ain't even playing on getting
Shout out that boy. Man, we need a fucking rounds of applause on. Oh, we do. Come on.
I ain't even planning on getting busy, man.
Exactly. That nigga said, "Oh, you said no. Leave that one, man, because I'm gonna want to run that one when we
Oh, I'm just making sure.
That goal is there, boy.
Right.
Long as they don't forsake us, that goal is there, boy.
Man, we still recording? Yeah, we recording, man.
Recording, man.
Man, I'm hot to try.
Oh, it's back on.
It's on you, man. You started this, man.
Oh, this Patreon, man. What you got for him, man?
Shit, nigga.
Give us a Patreon story.
I worked really hard on what I've given the Patreon today. Patreon story. I'm going to Texas tomorrow.
Damn, you going that fast?
Hell yeah.
The shit's when it is this weekend or this week coming up?
Who, my pop's funeral?
Yeah.
It's Wednesday. I'm not going, but it's Wednesday.
Nigga dropped his phone and everything. Like,
it's Wednesday, but I ain't going.
What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm just an OG. You know what I'm saying? No, man.
Why would you go but not go?
Because I was going to Texas anyway. Like, that's why you say it's that fast, because I was already going to Texas. Yeah, I'm going to Texas because I told my daughter I'll take her back to Texas before the summer over. And I'm taking her to Texas 3 days before school starts.
So you're going to go to a different side of Texas?
What you mean?
Because how you going to go there and not going to go?
I'm going to see my family. I'm just not going to my pop's funeral.
Okay, here's my question. You be back before then?
Before what? My pop's funeral?
Yeah.
Nah.
So my next, what you stay home and watch fucking Family Feud? It's like, yeah, y'all tell me.
Me and my sister gonna go and clean up the house and shit during it.
She ain't going either?
Nah, she not going either, man.
All right, man. We probably have to call your sister. Why is it that you, so here's what I said. I'm all over the place because I don't know what's for recording and what's for my nigga. So I'm gonna try to. No, not ask what I'm gonna say. Because I'm gonna try to ride that fine line. But I think you don't think. Trying to find my words here because I'm saying both of y'all is probably going because y'all kind of don't want to deal with it. Y'all don't want to deal with him seeing it, the family, the commotion, what may come from, the possibilities of what may happen at what one would assume would happen at an Ernest funeral.
Everything that you just named are things that I have not thought about.
So then why are you not going?
Why would I? I decided fucking 15 years ago this, at least 10.
That's not fair for you to, I don't think it's fair to yourself for you to hold yourself to something you said before just because you said it before.
I'm not holding myself to something. I made a decision.
Why isn't that decision amendable?
It is amendable.
I think you're going to go. I hope you're going to go.
I hate when you do this, bro. When people know me and they act like they don't know me, it drives me insane.
Because, man, certain things and certain decisions can't be undone. And granted, I know you're a person that thinks things through thoroughly. You also sometimes don't. And you impulsively do certain things. But
and when I regret it.
No, but never. But you're playing with something that I just feel is death is like a certainty. It's like there's no remixing. There's no maybe. So it's like they ain't gonna dig him up to rebury him because you wanted to see something. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, don't let me laugh about this fucking topic, nigga. Cut it out.
Because you going deeper than this need to go.
Because it can, is what I'm saying.
You?
It can. For anyone. It can. Not for me, actually.
Bruh.
And I guess I'm speaking from me to you. Like, hey, man, I know how I am.
Exactly.
So it's like, I'm going to try to help somebody not really be that if I can.
Listen, it's like this, bro. All right. I have a kid, okay? I am a son, okay? So there's two roles that I know pretty well. Being a son and being a father, okay? As a father, a thing that I have learned is that your relationship between your child and you is up to you. You are the person that brought this child into this world. You are the person that is responsible for this child. You are the person that's supposed to teach this child shit, right? So if your relationship with your child is not great, it's your fault. You feel me?
Yes.
So if it's your fault and it's been this way for so long and you cool with it and I'm cool with it, then we cool with it. You feel me? You live your life how you wanted to live it. You feel me? And that's that. But I also look at it like this. I've been here for 17 years.
I thought
no, not on this earth, nigga.
That's what I was about to
I've been on this earth for how fucking long? I've been in Texas in Florida for like 17 years. My pops ain't never came to visit me. So I ain't finna go out of my way to go do something. And
you're already there.
But I still would have to go out of my way. Shit.
You can carpool. So it's like.
All right, put it like this. I would have to do something that I don't want to do.
Okay.
So when it came to me, He ain't do shit. He ain't want to do.
Without telling your business, do you feel your sister feels a similar way?
Nah, my sister just hate that nigga. No, my sister just hate that nigga is why.
Man,
like no bullshit. Like, and I also feel like I'm doing like a good deed for my sister. Cause my sister, she fucked up like from how my pops was.
So you feel like you taking a similar stand, but for your own reasons.
Oh, I wasn't going anyway. Like she was going last week, and I wasn't going. I was never going.
So she decided this week she ain't going?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm good. Cause me and her said that we shouldn't have a funeral.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we was like, hell no, we shouldn't have a funeral. And then my brother.
Hold on, real quick. What would y'all rather happen?
We just cremated him.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, and then but my brother took care of my pops and shit until he died or whatever. So that's something I also want to do. Fuck no.
Okay, continue.
You know, like nigga, my pops was sick when last time I went to Texas, and he was in the kitchen. He ain't really come out of the room much. He was in the kitchen. He said, help me back to my bed. I said, nah, I'm good.
Holy shit.
It's because
you sound like you and your sister feel the same way.
I don't hate my pops. My pops was cool to me. You know what I'm saying? I just think he was a shitty pops. You feel what I'm saying? And then like I look at it like me and my brother in there with him and shit, and he laying down. He was like, well, I just wish I had more time. All my kids are here, and I just wish I had more time with them. I'm like, nigga, yeah, 75 years. You know what I'm saying? My older sister that I just met when I was in Texas the last time I was there, my older sister is 52 years old. You have 52 years to spend time with your kids. And I'm meeting all these nigga kids and shit that he got that I ain't never know about and shit. So I'm asking, of course, I'm like, so what's your relationship with Ernest? They're like, oh, my relationship is great with him. I've known him my whole life. I'm like, interesting. And then I ask somebody else, like, so what's your relationship with Ernest? She be like, oh, I don't know this nigga at all. I'm like, what does he base this on?
That nigga's a coin flip.
Like, no bullshit. And it's like everybody I talk to.
You look like your mama. I can't fuck with you.
Right? It's like everybody I talk to, like, man, I go to therapy because of this nigga, and I do this and I do this. It's like, man, you live a path of destruction. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm supposed to come honor that and respect that? Like, nigga, I'm straight. Like, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no ill will. Like, even when he was sick, I was like, man, I wish him the best. I hope great things. I hope he recover. And if he go, I hope he go peaceful, and I hope he go where he want to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no ill will. Like, my sister got ill will towards him. I don't have ill will towards him. I just don't give a fuck about what he got going on.
This is why
and dying don't change that.
This is why sometimes you gotta let people speak, right? Because you can feel however you want to feel, but it's because you don't know.
Yeah.
That line you just said summed it all up for me. You said you left a path of destruction.
No doubt.
Am I supposed to sit and praise you and
show respect?
And show respect. That's the title. Yeah. That's what you said.
Nobody told me a positive story
alone made me completely understand.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm straight.
Because again, how I'm coming from it is, you know, emotionally. They say I don't got him. But
right.
Is the feeling of losing this person and never seeing him again and never being able to, like he's saying things like, I wish I had more time. I feel like it's based on the movies. When you get later on in life, God's willing, that's what you would feel like, man, I wish I had more time. I could have said this to him, or I could have found out this or something like that.
Nigga, you're not trying to do the shit you can do. You complaining about not having more time and saying, hey, I understand you just met 15 brothers and sisters that you have that you didn't know exist. I'll be honest with you, that was my bad. You could be doing something today that
you say you ain't got no time, and you using the time and telling me you ain't got no time.
You're like, come on.
It's like, it's like, hold a meeting, gather us all in here.
And this is how you know that I'm genuine with what the shit that I be saying. Like, I do not give a fuck about people that don't give a fuck about me, and I don't care what your title is. I have said it. If my daughter was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about you, and was like, don't ever contact me again, I would be able to live my life. Because you get, out of a person that got respect and love for you, you getting what you want. Is to not be bothered by me. I understand. I might be somebody that just don't click with you like that, and I get on your motherfucking nerves. And if you let me know that, I'm gonna let you live your life. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I don't have no ill will towards you. You did what you wanted to do in your life.
No bullshit. I don't have any more follow-up questions or feelings. That line set it off for me. It's like, you know? Yeah, it's parent and all. You got that title, but your legacy is a legacy of destruction. Nigga, you don't even know your legacy because there's motherfuckers in here that you probably don't even remember.
Right, shit, nigga. I grew up with a brother, the next house over from where I grew up, a brother at the end of the street, a brother across the tracks. You know what I'm saying? And then two of these people is people I knew my whole life, but I found out that was my brother and my sister less than 10 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? We grown and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So like that kind of shit is coward shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
like you made the mess. It's like we could have had a relationship.
Exactly. Like I took my daughter to Texas. What was this? A month or two ago?
Probably.
And she meeting first cousins that's her same age and shit. I'm like, nigga, you so crazy. Your life was so crazy. It affect my daughter that don't even know you. It affect my daughter that don't even know you. And it'll affect her kids. Mm-hmm. She'll have kids and say, hey, you got uncles and you got this and you got this. I don't know much about them, but I know they exist.
How much of them?
So, like, come on, what kind of shit is that? You literally did some shit that'll affect my grandkids.
Your destruction was
it's not
generational.
Even over with. It's not even over with. And I'm supposed to volunteer to go see the last act. Like, come on, man. And then on top of that, when you think about it, right? If I got a brother over here, nigga, I'm in 3rd grade and shit. People saying, you know that's your brother. And I'm like, nigga, no, it ain't. I live with my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister.
My real family.
Right? And I'm from a small place. So they were like, yeah. And they're like, you know your daddy killed that man. I'm like, no, he didn't. Later, I found out that
he was home.
Right? So, all right. So it's like that kind of shit, right? So if you logically think about it.
You know your daddy killed that man.
Right. And you know me, I'm not today, but it's an embarrassing thing, right? So like that's embarrassing, right? So I'm supposed to go to a place and be embarrassed again in your death and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. I don't deserve to be embarrassed for the shit you did.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I don't know what to tell y'all, but I'm Gucci. Like my brother did. I see that shit on Facebook. My brother didn't tell me what that shit was because he knew I wasn't gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I was straight.
And like I said, man,
and I don't feel like I'm cold. I'm not.
That's not cold.
No, because like I said, I wish him well, and like I said, I you know, I don't. I'm not cold.
Sadly, the reason why I said it's not cold is because it's not like. That's why I just even asked about the one that was taking care of him. Is that his firstborn? It's like fuck no. So it's like you're one of too many for your caring to matter. It's not like you were like the golden son who he spent all the time with, or the only one he didn't spend no time with.
And shit, when I was in Texas in December, though, I took the time to try to talk to him. And he wasn't talking about shit. And I thought I was done talking to him. I felt disappointed. And I said, man, I'm never going to talk to this nigga again. Because it was like, man, you ain't disappointed me in 10 or 15 years because I don't talk to you about nothing real. But it's like, man, you getting old and shit. So it's time to like ask you questions about shit that I don't know. Like, hey, what's going on with this? Like, I asked him and shit. I was like, man, so what's cocaine like? You know what I'm saying? But my pop's a crazy nigga. And he was like, I told you this before. Oh, yeah. I was like, so what it was like doing cocaine? That nigga said, that shit, I make you do some shit you ain't think you'll never do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just asking him questions like that. So then when I got to asking him like real shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I asked him, I said like, do you think you was a good father? And he said,
back to cocaine, please.
He said, I wasn't the worst, but I've seen better. And I'm like, anybody can say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, honestly, me asking you that, this would be your opportunity to be like, nah, man, I know I wasn't a good pops. Like,
or be like, yeah, man, I wasn't shitting. I really didn't care. Pick a side.
Exactly. But you still act like you really think that you raised me and shit. I'm like, my nigga, you didn't.
I think I said, I wasn't the best, but I seen better. I was like, I ain't the best basketball player, and I watch LeBron,
I ain't
too.
the worst nigga ever.
What kind of answer is
exactly, that? Nigga.
That's the insulting answer.
Exactly.
So that's why I feel like you feel the way you feel. Because
it's like, nigga, you don't want to talk to me.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, all right,
that's cool. That's why I made the little joke. It's like, nigga, back to the cocaine.
Exactly. Because my whole point with it is, I don't care. So you can tell me the truth, and I have some respect for you.
I'm giving you the
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't make me, you can't say something around just like, oh my God, my dad did that. Like, nigga.
You cannot surprise me, sir.
So it's not like that. It's like, man, I'm giving you an opportunity to be a father to a nigga in his 30s. And all you got to do is answer my questions.
Easiest parenting you ever did.
All you got to do is answer my questions.
What's your blood type? What's my blood type?
You feel me? You know, that kind of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like, why would my mother stay with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know it from a standpoint of like, was she scared or was, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you was getting too deep for that, man.
But you know what I'm saying?
I get your
like,
point,
was
though.
she scared or was she like, because you know you treated her like shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I have a little bit less respect for her because she had me around your motherfucking ass. So it make me say, when I get older and I think about protecting my daughter and shit, it make me say, damn, if my mom loved me like I thought she did, why she had me around this nigga? So then it made me ask questions like, how y'all meet? And what y'all thought about this? And what y'all thought about this? You know what I'm saying? Then it got to the point where nigga wouldn't answer my questions. So I was like, nigga, I have no use for you. You smell me? Like, you ain't gonna answer my questions and you damn sure ain't finna do shit for me or teach me nothing. And when people hear me talk about my pops, they think I ain't grow up with that nigga. Like, I grew up in the house with my pops. All my other 17 brothers and sisters didn't. But I grew up in the house with my pops, so I know my pops very well.
Man, I'm about to name this. I got 2 options, man. Your destruction is contagious.
Facts.
That's what it sounds like. Because you make me
I
now
would be
look
fine
at
with
my
this
mom.
being public. I don't have no care about this.
You say that now. You getting in it, but this is a therapy session right now.
It is.
That's what I said, man. I wish we could call the other ones.
It's really because, bro, like, I don't have no real feelings about it, but it's the kind of thing that you have to give an in-depth explanation for people to understand your stance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being fair to our listeners to say, shit, I'll take you down this road if you want to go.
Because, you know, over the years, they definitely heard bits and pieces of some of this stuff.
Exactly.
But like I said, when you put it all together, and then you make that statement, like, you left a path of destruction and you want me to honor you. Yeah. That shit is all. That was it for me. Yeah. Everything
now
you said after that, and that's my point. Everything after that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That you just getting off, but I jumped off long ago. I was like, I know where we going.
At this point, you know? But it's just like, you know, but other people might not get it to that extent. Like, the shit deep.
No, that's why I'm happy that you went into it. But I'm just saying that line was powerful enough for me to know. You know what I'm saying?
And then, like I say, man, like my sister called me the other day having a panic attack. Like, I answered the phone, she had like tears in her eyes, and she was just like, I hate our pops. And this nigga was already dead.
And I bet she probably hate the fact that she feel like she's feeling something, and then she's like, why are you feeling anything? I think she was, I would assume.
She said she was like mad and happy at the same time. She was like, it was like, I wish he died a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like she's mad that how he making her feel about him death.
And then I was like, do you hate a motherfucker that ain't here? And then I said, and then you question the decisions of his wife that put you in a situation that ain't here.
So I was like, so I get where you're coming from, but I said, but I'm on the other side of saying, well, shit, they dead, man. You know what I'm saying? We got our own lives to live. Like, y'all don't deserve to fucking cause us problems and death. You don't deserve to do that to me. So you not fit to do it to me. That's why you see hype, I'm always happy. That's why you see I always show my daughter the love that she motherfucking deserves 24/7. And that's why I don't be worrying about shit. Like, it's like I said, man, I wish you the best. You don't, and my sister always say this and I get on to her. She say, he don't owe me nothing. I say, he do owe you something. You just ain't never gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? He owe you a lot.
What
you just
are you
ain't
on
never
today?
You feel me? So it's like
these are quotables for me,
it's
man.
just true. So I just be like, man, I can. Like, I told my sister this too. I said, man, they don't deserve no credit for this. I said, but our parents did a very good example of showing us what not to do. Like, I was like, I don't yell at my daughter and I don't call her out her name because I know how they used to make me feel when they did that shit to me. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, so it's not even a slip up. Like, you'll never talk to my daughter and she'd be like, oh yeah, my dad yelled at me, or he called me a bitch or asshole or any of that shit. Like, my sister was younger than my daughter. My pops called her a bitch and a slut and shit. I'm like, nigga, you terrible.
The fuck?
Yeah. Because my sister like, he the worst nigga I ever met. I was like, oh, he the worst nigga I ever met. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what you want me to do? And then on top of that, nigga, I be having to live what I see him in myself.
Yep.
So then I got to say, all right, this nigga like this. So how can I turn this into something that's a good person, something a good person would do? You know what I'm saying?
How about I use my evil powers for good?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
Have you caught yourself altering? Have you caught yourself using your negative power for good?
Yeah, I try to. Because if I don't, it'll be naturally used for evil. You feel what I'm saying? So that kind of shit.
I was allowing you to give us an example.
Oh, shit. I can give you a whole bunch of motherfucking examples. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, my pops, he like, oh, let me tell you this story, nigga. I never told you this. All right, because you know now, like I said, all I got is questions and shit, right? So when I'm meeting all my pops is like kids and I'm talking to them about their kids and shit, nigga, and I'm asking them, because there's all these different women and shit. I'm asking them questions and shit. And I'm like, so what your mom's told you? Like, who was your pops? And like my brothers and shit will be like, she ain't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? So like for every single one of these women, they never told anybody. This is how we really don't know this shit. We heard it in the hood because we live in a small town. But they all fell in line and nobody ever jumped out of line. Like, there are kids that knew that he was his pops. He was their pops, but they knew that they wasn't allowed to say nothing to us if they seen us. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they would never say nothing to us. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that kind of shit. Like, I'm not playing, bro. We lived in a world of, like, we hear, like, some shit from time to time, but we really thought it was just us, nigga. Like, and my pops used to leave and be gone and shit. And we used to think, like, man, this nigga crazy. We don't know what the fuck he be doing. That nigga be at his other family's crib.
Spending time.
Yeah, all kind of crazy shit. So I'm asking them questions. They like, yeah, man, like, they ain't tell me shit. Or, yeah, I knew, but we knew we couldn't talk to y'all. Or, nah, I ain't know him, and I ain't know this. And, yeah, he used to pick me up, but I ain't know why.
What the fuck?
Crazy shit.
It's his weekend.
No bullshit.
Did any of them say, or was it a way that they either don't fuck with y'all or resented y'all for it?
Nigga,
or
they thought we was living good. No bullshit. One of my brothers told me that. He was like, man, we thought y'all had it good because y'all like all live together and shit. I was like, nigga, hell no. It was like, we wish he lived with your motherfucking ass. Like, hell no.
I wish we knew you exist. We'd have set his ass over.
My brother told me, he said when that nigga was like 5 or 6 years old, he said his mama used to tell him that my pops was going to come pick him up. And he said that nigga used to wait outside all day and that nigga never come. And I was like, and that's crazy.
Classic Negro story.
That's the same shit he used to do to us. Like basketball practice over, nigga, I would go out there and wait. I just start walking home. Because I know ain't nobody.
This is why something's wrong with you, though. But I guess this is how you deal with it, man. This is why comedians are usually darker. This is why I tell you you're a talented motherfucker. Because you can make pain hilarious.
Yeah. It is hilarious because, all right, bro, this is an old TheRawHype slogan, all right? If I tell you on Monday, Rebel, you look like a fat piece of shit. You take that and you throw it in the trash and you say, Hype, I don't give a fuck what you think. And if I see you on Tuesday and I say, Rebel, you looking good in the motherfucker, boy, you say, thank you, Hype, and you take that compliment and you put it inside your chest. You put it inside your chest.
What is it, the bucket? What's the fucking bucket?
What, the love bucket? What?
Continue, sorry.
Anyway, about it. But you take what's good for you and what's going to help you and you digest it. And then when somebody try to give you some bullshit, you throw it in the trash. So with this pain, it's so crazy and outrageous, and I know how crazy it is to hear from someone else's perspective, that I understand the humor in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to my sister and shit, and she was like, you know why we such fast thinkers and shit, right? Because you always brag about this, too. You like, I'm a quick thinker, I'm a quick thinker. I'm like, hell yeah, Nick, I'm a quick thinker. And she was like, because mama and them used to ask us a question, and if we didn't answer it fast enough, they'll slap us in the back of the head.
I may not have the right answer, but I'm going to have an answer for you.
Bullshit. So I'm there thinking like, damn, that did used to happen and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like just crazy shit, man.
And now I just use it in my everyday life skills.
Like, for real. So I'm like, man, all that shit is cool to the point where you can say, man, I went through a lot or whatever, man, but you can really just, I don't know. I don't know if everybody can do it. So I don't even want to say it.
I don't think so.
Yeah. For me, man, I'm mentally healthy, bro. Like, no bullshit. I'm mentally healthy. Like, all jokes aside.
I'm ready to say yes.
I am.
But some of the predicaments that I've seen you in, I was like, man, how the fuck does this nigga get here? But you're
my life, man.
You're not crazy.
I'm mentally healthy. I'm happy. I don't abuse nobody physically, mentally.
Yes, you're mentally healthy. One, because of them things you just listed, but also two, because of a father like this and a dynamic like this, for you not to be ridiculous.
Oh, for sure.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if you
if you know the cards that I was dealt, a mentally regular person would fold. So you must be healthy and tip-top mental shape for you to be able to.
But it's because I went through the trenches of mental health.
You know what I'm saying? You is too, because you can explain it.
Yeah. No,
you know what I'm saying? Like right now, what you did, like I said, you talked through it and you were able to explain it clear-mindedly from your perspective, from the listener perspective.
I get what you're saying. I get how you was moving. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be mentally healthy to be able to do that.
Nigga. So when I was a kid and shit, my pops used to be like, when I was your age, and we like 10 years old and shit. He'd be like, when I was your age, I was driving a tractor. We're like, okay, you're lying, but okay. When I was your age, I used to have a job. And we're like, nigga, we don't want to go work with you. Leave us the fuck alone. And then when he was dying and shit, nigga, his sister came there and said that nigga left the house at 8 years old. And when she seen him again, he was 17. See, I'm like, whoa.
I would love to get his story from that side.
That's the shit I be talking about. I'm like, nigga, sit down and tell me who the fuck you is, bro. And it's like, like I said, I've known you my whole life and I don't know you. And then you so crazy that you made me discover that I didn't know my mother. And I didn't know that when she died. You know what I'm saying? So I have to live with that. And that's something that he caused. He is why I don't know my mother. Because she protecting your
I just
life.
about to say, yeah, she protecting y'all from his life.
Exactly.
And, like taking the abuse in the middle to protect.
Exactly. And then on top of that, she was mean too.
But it's natural. If I'm taking all this abuse, and, sadly, this is a woman's mind, but it's like, I'm taking this for you.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't ask you to.
Yeah.
You put me in this position. It doesn't really matter. I'm doing this for you. So at different moments, I'm going to be like, man, what the fuck, man? Like
They thought they was protecting us by us not knowing them.
Yeah, but when you got so much going on, man, you're not protecting us. You're putting us in harm's way.
Yeah.
What if one of the brothers wanted to kidnap one of you? That's a good movie idea.
I swear.
Like have enough brothers and sisters and the one thinking the family living good and have that set of brothers kidnap the other set of brothers and then they learn about the family through those kidnappings.
Here we go. But that's how I ended up finding out that nigga was telling the truth when he said he was working at T and shit, though.
What?
That's how I found out he was telling the truth when he was working at T and shit. Because if you leave at 8 and your family don't see, they were saying that like they was treating him poorly and shit. And his sister said she seen that nigga walk out the back door one day. Like, I'm out of here.
At 8. What years was that?
She seen him at 17, bro. And he like 74.
So that's what's
shit. I don't know the man.
Like the 40s.
Yeah, a nigga walking around dolo.
Yeah, like the 40s, 50s.
And she said that when she caught up with him, they got in touch with each other, and he was in a different state.
Holy shit! 17 years old in a different state.
Yep. So it's like
what
my
happened
nigga
between those?
I will never know. I'll never know, bro. So I told people when I was in Texas, I said, man, I should take some of the podcast time and to tell this nigga story. I said, because no bullshit, it's like I'm interviewing people that's like my family and shit. And they telling me shit I never knew. Like my older sister was telling, because I had a sister that died when I was little that I knew. And my older sister was telling me that she knew her, right? And then she asked my pops for like a quarter or some shit and he wouldn't give it to her. When she was like a kid, and her mom was like, fuck this guy, we're out of here. And then she didn't see him for a long time. And then she went to my brother and my sister's house to go see them because they hadn't seen him. She hadn't seen him in a long time, and she found out my sister was dead that way. So that's her basically saying like, see, this is why I hate this nigga, because if he was a father to me, I would have known. I would have got to spend some more time with my sister before she died. You know what I'm saying? And she telling me about the sister that I barely remember. She died when I was like 5. So she telling me about somebody that I have like one memory of that I had when I was 5 years old. And she telling me vivid stories about her. And I didn't even know she existed. You feel me? And so it's like that kind of shit. I'm like, yo, this coming from so many layers. Like I'm finding out shit I ain't even know.
And it's heavy from every layer it come from.
Like when she told me the story, nigga, she started crying. And then my sister was telling me, she was like, yeah, when she told me the story, she started crying.
Which means she have that.
Like, nigga, she cry every time she tell the story.
She walk around with that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And when I was talking to her, I was talking to my other brother. I was the same way. I'll be laughing and shit when I be talking about the shit that they did and shit. And it's just like, I don't know if I'm offending y'all or nothing, but that's just, man, it's just.
This is how I got to wear it. I'm sorry.
But I do see the ridiculousness in it.
And that's why you can laugh. You're not laughing because it's funny. You're laughing because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But then on top of that, man, I feel like I came out, I don't want to say unscathed, but I feel like I came out mentally strong.
And that's, again, when I pause, and I apologize to you right now for that pause, because you're absolutely mentally strong, just for, regardless of anyone might feel they can comment on who they think you are, who you could be.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that should be praised.
I haven't even mentioned the bodies that my pops didn't call. You feel what I'm saying?
The other one, I don't know if you read it, but the other working title for the episode is, you know your daddy killed that man.
Like, straight up. And like I said, man, and you know how everybody be like, oh, my dad's so big and strong. I'm not trying to sound cool. You can Google my pop's first and last name and the murder charge coming up. And that's some shit that, like, he people knew about. The niggas in the streets knew about ridiculous shit.
That's what I was just about to say. That one, he got, that one's, what you call it? Self-defense. That one's, you can book that. Ain't no.
I start telling his stories now, though. That nigga got some crazy ones, bro.
Sound like a Patreon segment. Speaking of, let's wrap this up, man.
Yeah, man. Get up
I don't mean to wrap up your beautiful story. I want to keep it going as long as possible.
Man, I feel like we should have just made this the cast.
We can play with it.
How long we been going, you think?
I don't know. What's that time up there? I don't know how to read it.
Me either. But shit, we still got 60% good on the battery, so I like
That's
that.
good.
So what you want to do? Just wrap this and figure out what we're going to do with it?
Yeah. I want to keep it as its own thing because this was its own thing. This don't need to be convoluted and mixed up with any other fucking.
Nah, man. Yeah, we rapped and did talk about my pops today.
That's all we did.
Yeah.
So close me out. How do you? Oh no, not close me out. Sorry, let's finish. Let's finish the story.
Oh, keep going. What was I talking about?
No, we were gonna basically say. No, I'm going to ask. How do you think it's gonna go when you get back home this weekend?
It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, because I guess everybody understands who y'all is. Y'all already made it known. It ain't like something you finna spring on them. Stupid question. But what if your daughter wants to go?
My daughter doesn't know him.
I know that.
Yeah.
But I always just keep saying this shit from that Hallmark perspective, man.
My daughter said she was sitting in the living room last time we was in Texas. And again, my pops was pretty much bedridden the whole time we was there. She said he got up and came into the living room and said she got up and went upstairs. And it's because she was like, it's just awkward because all I hear is horrible stories about him. And then I don't know him at all. Then I see him dying and I'm pretty much just walk by him just like my father walks by him and don't even acknowledge that he's over there. And I continue to live my life. And, and then she gets how I am because I tell her so many stories and shit, you know, so she understands it, so she don't know him. So, and yeah, it would make her very uncomfortable if I tried to force her to go to his funeral. It would make her very uncomfortable. Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. She don't know him.
You know
and then you got to think logically, you know what I'm saying? Of course she don't know him.
Well, yeah, she don't, because you don't know him.
And I wouldn't bring him around her like that, and I'm not like, oh, I want you to know you know what I'm saying?
So maybe you should also stop sharing the bad stories too.
Maybe if I had some good ones, I would.
So share none, because I'm saying keep the destruction at a minimum. Because
I have to tell her this so she can understand how I am, why I am, and why I move how I move. You know what I'm saying? I tell her the reason that I don't never yell at you or call you out of your name and all that because I know what it's like. The reason that I don't slap the fuck out of you, the reason that I don't tell you some bullshit and not do it, it's because I know what it's like.
And it's more digestible if you give her the bad stories. It's like, you see this fucked up situation?
Yeah.
That's why
and
I
then
don't
on top
do
of
it to you.
that, when she goes to Texas, she's engulfed in this blackness. My whole family is there. And there are no good stories, so if anybody talk about him, she's going to hear it. And then she hears more brutal stories there than I talk about. I just say little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? My sister be in there talking like all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and she shouldn't. I shouldn't have to protect her from him. I want everybody to know how you are.
Oh yeah, because like I said, well, right now it ain't no more damage you can do, really.
Shit, I can't tell. My sister called me fucking going crazy and shit. Look, you still cause damage. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I meant to Ella. I didn't mean to.
Oh, not to her? No, because he ain't never caused her no damage. She don't know who the fuck he is. Like,
so now when you say all of that, it almost sounds like it's best for your sister not to go to that funeral.
Oh, for sure.
She'll tear that motherfucker up.
Yeah, she shouldn't go to that,
She'll stand up on the motherfucking, on the casket.
Yeah.
Like, this is a nigga y'all here for? This nigga here?
Yep, so.
Yeah, but come on, let's cleanse. Patreon, we appreciate you beautiful people, man. We got deep, we got beautiful. Oh, Raw Hype. Wherever you see this at, just know my boy Hype spill it out for y'all today, man.
Yeah, man, Man, remember, I used to not talk like this on the KS.
I was just about to say, because just now, like how you sitting in the seat, I said, boy, this man looked like he just got a load up off of his chest.
I really didn't, because everything that I said, I've said 100 times to anybody that wants to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But I do like people to understand, like I said, man, people will, I don't want to, I don't give a fuck if they judge me, of course. But people will not really comprehend something unless they get it in its totality. So, especially something as big as like your pops dying. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to give somebody at least 15 minutes if you're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's
tell the story if you're going to tell the story.
I don't feel that way at all. It's the same story I've been telling.
How you want to close, man? I'll give you pops some bars?
No, definitely
Thank
not.
you. Good job. Whew.
A diss track and shit.
No, man.
I would not be featured on it. I can tell you that right now.
No, man.
I don't know how you raw hype, but we raw hype responsibly.
Ooh.